Hello there and welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's take a look at the new banner in Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. We have a new Zack outfit with a weapon, of course, and a new matte weapon. Alright, so Zack is the star of the banner here, rather the focus of the banner, and coming in with a really cool looking costume. I do like the look of it. And let's get into it here. We have another physical ability potency, our ability on a costume. That's really nice. It's good for, being a generalist, not being locked to one element. It's good for non-elemental. And coming with it this time is HP, which is always good for those tough fights. It's really nice to have HP as an R ability on one of your main slots like this. Allows you to get that R ability up higher much easier. And like I said, in hard content, you definitely want to go for that HP. So where the Zidane outfit had physical attack, I believe, this one has HP. And yeah, that's good. That's a good costume. Okay, the weapon. So we have a magic attack debuff and a physical defense debuff. That's kind of an interesting combo. That's definitely going to come into play when you're up against an enemy that uses magic and where you're using physical, and it's not like it never happens. Let's see, let's take a look here at OB6. That's usually where these weapons hit their stride, and nice, both debuffs go to high potency. You're gonna have to stack it twice, but that is really cool. That's some cool compression we're seeing here with this weapon. And I assume it's gonna be relevant for content this month. We did get a ton of updates with this. We got the new Bahamut summon, etc., etc. Okay, so and once again, same R abilities. This is just like the Mad Minutes. We got boost physical ability potency, and this is this is a top tier R ability. It boosts your stance damage, and the ones that are specific to physical or magical are the way to go. So that's really nice, and once again, HP. Now, I did upload a version of this video, and I had forgotten to look at the spirit materia. So just like last banner, which I did talk about it then, they have this new materia slot that allows a cure spell to go to the whole party. And that's very powerful, that's very nice. And if you're kind of in a situation where you don't need massive heals to get through the stage, then this is awesome because you can free up a whole slot, not need an AoE healing weapon, and then allows you to pack in all of this utility. So Zack could be, have this utility and have a damage weapon, or one of his other utility weapons, however you want to use him, right? Okay, we do have another weapon that I like even more. Let's get to it over here. All right, this matte weapon is something you're gonna want in your account at some point. The good news is that you can wishlist these weapons later. This is a physical attack buff just like the Glen weapon. And once again, we have that Cure All happening here. Let's go to OB6. So OB6, it starts at high potency physical attack buff. And the fact that it's on Matt, I like this even more than the Glen weapon because Matt has such good weapons. There's so much utility in his weapons. Like maybe you can bring this one along with the physical attack debuff. Whatever it is you're looking for on that team, you don't have to bring the prime number because you have that AoE heal, and then you have the heal R ability, which helps you boost that because it's going to be a lesser heal. It's not going to be like using his prime number. Or maybe you don't want to deal with that, and you want him to be a buffer and the healer anyway, and you do bring the prime number in your other slot. The options are very diverse here. It's very nice. This is a very, very awesome weapon. And once again, in my last video, I failed to mention it, but I put a correction in the description. But I don't know. It needs to be said in the video because it does change the overall opinion just a little bit. And people started commenting they missed it. They didn't see the description. So fair enough. And it deserves to be in the video, so we're doing a whole new take here. I love it. Okay, so on your wish list, you should have something that looks like this. For me, this is what it's looking like right now. Now, I already have my Murasame OB10, so that thing's out. I'm done with it. My Maritime sword is OB9, so I took that out too. And my Edged Wings, the ice weapon for Seth, I have it either OB6 or OB7, so that can kind of wait. It doesn't have to be, you know, in here as priority. So I do have these two wind weapons. Your first priority should be DPS weapons, these top tier DPS weapons that you're trying to get your overboosts on, and that you at least get them up to 6 for that improved skill multiplier. Then you have weapons like the Sun Umbrella and the Killer Hornet, which have that, you know, those specific stance abilities like I mentioned. Sun Umbrella has magic ability potency and Killer Hornet physical, and then they have the relevant buff here, physical attack, magic attack, respectively. I already got my Sun Umbrella to OB6 or 7, so that's booted for now. And I'm trying to get more overboosts on this Glen weapon, which is already power creeps. It's kind of a bummer, you know, and I've kind of mentioned this before, and I'll come back with it. The power creep in this game, just a little too fast. I know that's how gacha games work. I know they have to make their money, and I do want them to make their money, and I have spent money myself. I'm taking a little break from spending at the moment, but yeah, they're just doing this too fast. Like there was the Garnet Rod that got updated like in only 2 weeks. That's too fast. That's just not fair. My other one here is the Mad Minutes. It has the same 2 R abilities. As the Zack weapon, right? The HP and the physical ability potency. I need a few more OBs on that myself. As soon as these banners are done, I'm going to be wish listing the Christmas stuff that I skipped. So I skipped the last one, and I'm kind of skipping this one because I do have this buffing weapon, and yes, the new matte one is better, and yes, I want it, and it's totally worth it. If I do pull, I'll probably load matte into... I'll probably load the matte weapon into slot 6 here. And then just pull to... Let's go. Pull to 6 stamps and get that weapon. I'm going to pass on this costume for now. So, should you pull? So, again, you should really prioritize pulling on a banner if you want the gear, because unless it's a limited banner, which only the FF9 banners were limited, you are going to only want to pull here if you want the gear, because you can wish list these weapons later. And if you're free to play and you're trying to strategize your crystal spending, then that's a good strat to go for. Now, why you might want to pull here is, let's say, you know, you are free to play or a low spender and you don't have your whole roster leveled, but you did level your Zack because you love Zack. And rejoice, now it's your time to have an awesome costume for him. Especially if you want him to be your damage dealer and a generalist. Again, he's not going to be locked to an element with this costume. For me, I'd love to have it. At the moment, I did pull pretty hard on every single banner all the way up to Christmas Lucia, and I'm now at a point where I need to chill and relax and just pull back a little bit. And it's a matter of, you know, this matte weapon is very special, so do you need it now? Are you trying to compete this month? I don't mind sitting back a month or 2 on being competitive, and worst case scenario, just get my top 300 in the ranking dungeon. Of course, we don't know what's coming up with these, like, possible guild on the horizon, and I don't know, this game is already so demanding of your time that it's getting to be a little bit of a turnoff. Now, it's great for those that only play this game. They sure do keep you busy, right? So that's cool, and I can totally respect that. I'm trying to play... cover, not just play, but cover on here. 2 gachas, Near Reincarnation and this game. And, you know, I've kind of found a balance with how much time I need to put these games, and I was pretty much no-lifing this game when it came out, first couple of months, and now I'm at the point where I'm like, is it really worth it to, like, really stress myself out to get top 100 in the ranking dungeon so I can have 5 more synth pieces? You know, you got to ask yourself those questions, whether it's worth it to you. and my account is very built up, I can afford to kind of like step back. So that's where I'm at. This. Let me know what you think of this banner. If you're pulling, best of luck to you. I wish you the best. Thanks for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one.